I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s. Dad?
He's the charming internet king of witty comebacks and self-deprecating humor. Yet lately, Hollywood whispers suggest there's a much darker side lurking beneath Ryan Reynolds' perfectly crafted persona. From sudden outbursts on set to alleged career-threatening ultimatums, the so-called funniest man in showbiz might not be so funny behind closed doors. Today, we're exploring the hidden stories and shocking rumors that challenge Ryan's squeaky-clean image and reveal the cracks in Hollywood's favorite comedic mask.
Wow, so your whole life has been about bullshitting people.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
In the public eye, Ryan Reynolds has always seemed untouchable. He disarms interviewers and fans alike with sarcastic one-liners, social media jokes, and that trademark grin. People love him for bringing irreverent, off-the-cuff humor to the red carpet like a modern-day trickster who never takes himself too seriously. Yet, behind that breezy exterior, the industry has long murmured about clashes that never make mainstream headlines. Early warnings came as low-key mentions of creative disagreements, hints that Ryan wasn't just a laid-back prankster, but someone who wielded surprising authority on his projects. Most fans brushed off these whispers. After all, how could the wisecracking star of Deadpool possibly be a controlling nightmare? But perhaps the real question is, how did he acquire so much power? And what happens when it goes unchecked? The answers started to spill out when a single blow-up with a makeup artist revealed a deeper pattern. You'd think a film reshoot would be standard procedure. Typically, if someone on the crew like a makeup artist can't make it, studios find a quick replacement. But when Ryan Reynolds' personal makeup artist was unavailable for a big-budget project, insiders say he didn't just shrug and move on. Instead, he allegedly told them to drop everything and come back immediately. If they refused, well, they'd be blacklisted from future opportunities in Hollywood. That's a serious threat from any actor, but especially from someone whose brand rests on the idea that he's everyone's best friend. Insiders revealed that even the studio felt cornered, forced to honor his demands or face the fallout of angering their star. One person connected to the production claimed the entire team was shocked by the intensity of Ryan's reaction. Was this an off day, or the real face of a man used to getting exactly what he wants? Many hoped it was a fluke, but the behind-the-scenes drama on Ryan's biggest franchise told a far more explosive story. Ryan's portrayal of the wisecracking, fourth-wall-breaking Wade Wilson instantly captivated audiences. Deadpool was a smash hit, celebrated for its fresh humor and fearless tone. Yet when the sequel was announced, fans were stunned to learn that original director Tim Miller, one of the key creative forces, wouldn't be returning. The official reason? Creative differences. The off-record chatter? Ryan and Tim had butted heads, with Ryan insisting on near-total control over the character and plot. Then, TJ Miller, cast as the Motormouth sidekick Weasel, offered his own perspective. In more than one interview, TJ hinted that the humor Ryan projected on screen often took a venomous turn on set. Joking is one thing, belittling is another. According to TJ, Ryan sometimes crossed that line, mocking fellow actors in ways that felt more personal than playful. Morena Baccarin, who played Deadpool's love interest in the first film, was also rumored to have stepped on Ryan's toes. By the time Deadpool 2 hit screens, her character had been sidelined significantly. Did Ryan resent any creative input she offered? Were they at odds over the direction of the plot or her role? Nobody outside the production knows for sure, but the gossip suggested she was quietly pushed to the margins. If you thought the drama ended with Deadpool, the next set of rumors took everyone by surprise. Once you look past the Deadpool universe, more unsettling claims start to surface. While filming the sci-fi thriller Life in 2017, actress Rebecca Ferguson described working with an insecure, angry actor whose outbursts on set made her so uncomfortable that she sometimes preferred looking at a stand-in prop rather than the person. She never named names, but the film also starred Jake Gyllenhaal, and he's hardly known for behind-the-scenes explosions. Jake Gyllenhaal, meanwhile, seemed inseparable from Ryan at one point. They joked through interviews, praising each other in the press as if their friendship was rock solid. But in more recent encounters, Jake shuts down the moment Ryan's name comes up, refusing to offer even a polite remark. His demeanor suggests something deeper than a casual falling out, more like a complete shutdown, as if they parted on terrible terms. Could it be creative differences again, or personal conflict? Whatever happened, the feud quickly snowballed, turning one-time best pals into strangers. For a long time, people chalked it up to scheduling issues or typical Hollywood drift, but the whispers of an angry, power-hungry star kept pointing in a single direction. But it's not just co-workers who call Ryan difficult. His ex-wives have their own stories to tell. Before Ryan's era as Hollywood's cheeky action hero, he was married to Scarlett Johansson, one of the industry's biggest names. She mentioned dealing with passive-aggressive jealousy in a past relationship that stifled her. Though she never explicitly named him, the timing and context left little doubt. A-lister or not, ScarJo wasn't above being targeted by someone who couldn't handle her success. Rewind even earlier, and you'll find Ryan's engagement to singer Alanis Morissette. When that fell apart, Alanis channeled her heartbreak into the album Flavors of Entanglement. Lyrics from that time referenced an unbelievably insecure partner who rocked her sense of self. Again, she never mentioned Ryan by name, but fans did the math. 2 major relationships, 2 women accusing a certain man of controlling or jealous behavior. Coincidence? These stories paint a picture of a man who struggles when he isn't the center of attention, a man who thrives on control, whether it's a film's creative direction or a significant other spotlight. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, Ryan found his ideal partner in Blake Lively, at least. That's how it looked on the surface. At first glance, Ryan and Blake Lively appear to be the ultimate number relationship goals. They exchange witty social media barbs, celebrate each other's achievements in comedic posts, and share just enough about their home life to keep fans intrigued. Some see it as a sweet, genuine bond. Others suspect it's a meticulously orchestrated PR strategy. Why the skepticism? Because every time Ryan catches heat for rumored on-set tension or shocking revelations about his temper, the social media lights up with another playful post from the couple that jokes together. It's as if their entire brand as a duo rests on overshadowing negativity with cutesy banter. Critics argue that Blake, who rose to fame on Gossip Girl and has yet to secure the consistent star power of someone like Scarlett Johansson, fits neatly into a dynamic where Ryan never has to worry about being eclipsed. In simpler terms, the synergy might be more about image management than genuine partnership, especially if you believe the theories suggesting Ryan is desperate to avoid being overshadowed again. Yet, even with the social media dream team at his side, the wider Hollywood landscape seems to be cooling on Ryan, and the reasons are hard to ignore. Despite Ryan's box office success, he's faced some chilly receptions from influential figures in the industry. Quentin Tarantino, known for speaking his mind, once singled out Ryan's lucrative Netflix deals as forgettable movies he had no interest in watching. It was a stark dismissal from a filmmaker revered for championing cinema as an art form. To him, Ryan's high-paying gigs might represent the kind of mainstream fluff that dilutes Hollywood's creative edge. Gerard Butler delivered a similar snub, acting clueless about Ryan's film Free Guy when asked. He shrugged as though he'd never heard of it, implying he simply doesn't bother with Reynolds' brand of commercial entertainment. Add to that Chris Columbus's blunt criticism of Ryan's pitch for Stoned Alone, a comedic spin on the Home Alone classic, and you start to see a pattern. Seasoned directors and actors showing open disdain for what they view as shallow cash grabs or disrespectful reboots. None of this would matter if Ryan's star power kept climbing, but these public eye rolls suggest that the honeymoon phase might be over. Yes, fans might still flock to see his wisecracking characters, but it's becoming harder for the industry to ignore the repeated claims of controlling behavior and inflated ego. With co-stars, ex-wives, and Hollywood legends all casting doubt, what does the future hold for Ryan's carefully maintained persona? In an era when scandals surface faster than anyone can spin them, Ryan's strategy of overshadowing bad press with comedic tweets and playful banter may not cut it anymore. The rumors of meltdown-level rants, the forced-out directors, and the snubs from respected creatives form a narrative that even the biggest star can't laugh off indefinitely. One possibility is that fans will separate on-screen entertainment from off-screen antics, continuing to support his comedic roles while ignoring the chatter. After all, a well-timed blockbuster can heal many public image wounds. Another possibility? A tipping point where audiences feel they've been sold a bill of goods, a nice guy act, masking a far more toxic reality. Meanwhile, the tension in Hollywood grows. Directors, actors, and crew might hesitate to work with someone rumored to micromanage every detail. Or they might decide the box office returns justify the hassles. That's the gamble any powerful star makes. How much control can you assert before it backfires? So, is Ryan Reynolds truly the upbeat, self-effacing comedian adored by millions? Or is that just a well-rehearsed facade hiding controlling tendencies, backstage blow-ups, and career-threatening demands? The evidence, at least from those who've spoken up, points to a man who wants to steer every aspect of his professional and personal sphere, sometimes at the expense of colleagues and loved ones. For now, Hollywood hasn't fully canceled him. Audiences still show up for his films, and his comedic jabs online remain a hit with fans. But the cracks are evident. With each new allegation and insider account, the question becomes whether Ryan's charm offensive can stave off the growing tide of skepticism. Will the public see him as a flawed but hilarious icon, or a tyrant in a jokester's clothing? Ultimately, time and perhaps one more well-placed controversy will tell. The star of Deadpool may have navigated countless plot twists on screen, but the real test is unfolding behind the camera. And if there's one thing we know about Hollywood, it's that secrets rarely stay hidden forever.